I never thought moving to a quiet town would lead me to uncovering something so bizarre. When I first arrived, I was drawn in by the charm, the quaint houses, the friendly smiles, and the way the sun seemed to linger a little longer in the evenings. But beneath that surface, something felt off. It started with the whispers. You know the kind, the hushed conversations that stop when you walk by, the way people glance at each other with a mix of fear and urgency. I brushed it off at first, thinking it was just small-town gossip. But then I noticed the patterns, the same faces at the diner every day, the way they all seemed to know each other's business, but never mine. One evening, I stumbled upon an old library tucked away at the end of a narrow street. Dusty books lined the shelves, but one in particular caught my eye. It was a journal filled with entries from decades ago, detailing strange occurrences, disappearances, odd lights in the woods, and a group of townsfolk who seemed to be involved in something sinister. The deeper I read, the more I realized this wasn't just folklore. It was a history they wanted to keep buried. I began to ask questions, but the townspeople grew tight-lipped. The friendly smiles turned into wary glances. I could feel the tension rising. It was as if I had crossed an invisible line. I learned about the annual festival they held, a celebration that seemed innocent enough, but had roots in something darker. They spoke of it in reverence, but I could see the fear behind their eyes. One night, I decided to investigate further. I followed the sounds of laughter and music to the town square, where the festival was in full swing. But as I watched, I noticed something strange. People were disappearing into the woods, only to return hours later, their faces blank, as if they were under a spell. I felt a chill run down my spine. I confronted a few locals, trying to piece together what was happening. They warned me to stop digging, to leave the past alone. But how could I? I was in too deep. The more I uncovered, the more I realized that this town was built on secrets, and those secrets were alive, breathing, and watching me. Now I'm left with a choice. Do I expose the truth and risk the wrath of the townspeople, or do I keep quiet and let the darkness continue to thrive? It's a heavy burden, knowing that the very fabric of this town is woven with lies. But I can't turn back now. I owe it to those who came before me, to those who vanished without a trace. The truth is out there, and I'm determined to find it, no matter the cost.